Happy Wednesday and welcome to Hustle Education. I can't believe we're already nearly halfway through the year with the Salon Mentor Hustle series. Now, Victoria Domazet is a very well-known digital retail educator for salons and is otherwise known as Hairstyling Formula. Sorry, Vic, I'm sure it's really hard for that name. It's stuck, hasn't it? She has built a reputable education platform dedicated to helping hairdressers build confidence and increase their income through digital retailing, aka dropshipping, through her online courses. Victoria teaches practical techniques, smart product selection, and how to tap into digital retail, giving stylists the tools to grow a more profitable business smartly behind the chair. Today's title is Why Aren't You Getting Paid When Your Clients Shop Online? How to create and effectively use QR codes with your Hustle dropship links to sell retail. It's an easy, simple way clients can purchase from you while they are in your chair. So Vic, over to you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that introduction, Marmy. And thank you to everyone for coming today. I really appreciate your time. I always promise that I will put in my absolute best to make sure that your time is not wasted by being here today. So today, we're going to talk about how to use QR codes to recommend and sell your retail. Because QR codes and implementing them into how you work in the salon has been a really, really effective way for me to use my affiliate links, use your drop shipping links from Hustle to be able to sell retail while your client is in the chair. Because the thing about affiliate links is they work really, really effectively by themselves digitally. So if I'm like, you go onto my Instagram and you go on a story and you purchase a product, it works seamlessly in that way. But actually practically applying them in the salon can be really clunky. That's what I found when I first started doing it, because as I'm sure we can all agree, when someone's in our chair, our hands are busy. Like, we're busy. So the clunkiness of like, I have to get my phone out, I have to find the link, I have to send you the link, and they get their phone, and it's all like why you're, half an hour behind, haven't eaten lunch, and you can't, like, it just doesn't happen. So I think a lot of the times that doesn't happen. So QR codes can be really effective. I found them being really effective to help in the chair. So they also make it easier for something, they fit in seamlessly to what's already happening in the salon. I talk a bit about what to do when a client takes a photo of the product that you're using. And I think that is something that happens all the time. And by using QR codes, particularly on your products, you actually make that process a lot easier for the client because you cut out a step. So usually they would be taking their phone, taking a photo of the product you're using, and then they have to look it up. Whereas by putting the QR code directly on the product, it means that when they take out their phone, they go to take a photo, the link pops up. So you're actually making it easier for your clients to buy. That is how it works for a client. I want to give you we'll do a little role play. I just love role play in our training. So it's like, how does it actually work in the salon is if I'm using a product on a client, any product, and I put it near them and they go, oh, what's this? And I can say, oh, you can just scan the QR code. So all they have to do is open their photo, like go like they're going to take a photo, and then tap on the link. And then it will bring up the checkout page to that product. So that can all happen without me having to do anything. So you can do that while you're putting the color on, while you're working on another client, anything like that. It also can do it by itself because you don't have to be here for this to happen. So that's what it looks from the client's point of view. Like I said, seamless, like for the client. So just look from our point of view. Because I think sometimes QR codes and things like this, our sort of intuition with it is that it's going to be difficult or like take a long time. And my concern with today's seminar is that it would actually be too short because it's so quick to actually do. I thought, is this enough to have in a seminar? So that was my genuine concern. So if you believe that it's difficult to quickly do, it is not. So what is a QR code? I'm going to talk about that first, because thanks to the last 6 years, everyone from the ages of 6, my son is 6 and he knows what this is, to the age of like 86, probably even higher, knows what this is. So we can utilize the fact that clients are familiar with scanning QR codes. So we're tapping into that behavior that's already happening. So the QR code, all it does is connect something physical to a location online. So all of this QR code has done is connect this physical product to the place it is digitally online. That's all it does. So within that QR code is just the checkout page. That's it. So that's how QR codes actually work, and why I think they work so well for hairdressers in our space. And now I've seen it, I can't unsee it, the fact that they're absolutely everywhere. Like I saw one on the bin, like, the public bin. It's like, if this bin's full, scan the code and let us know. It is like the easiest way to connect physically to somewhere online. The 2 ways that I use QR codes in my we're in my home salon right now. The 2 ways that I use this in person is 1, like this, and 2, like this, because it's the same technique. This is the QR code, but I like a bit of a sign. I think that's where it can be good at the station. I didn't want to just have it printed. Printing's easy because you can change these. Like I change mine regularly, whereas this QR code, so this QR code on the product, I lead directly to a product, directly to that product, make it as easy as possible. The QR code that is here leads to my link tree, which, if you don't know what link tree is, it's just a place where you can have lots and lots of links in one place, organized. That's all it is. I use Linktree as my shop. So you can see it says tap the icon or scan to shop. So again, if I'm working away on a client and, I'm not here and they're sitting here on their phone, there is a sign that they can use to shop. So if they scan the QR code, let's see if I can get that there. Okay. They scan the QR code. So I'm going to tap on that and it's going to bring it straight up to my shop. So I have my education on there as well, but obviously you can make this connect to what I call your digital shelf. So for me, that's where all of my stuff is. So this is like, you can see it's so appealing to scroll. If someone is sitting there in their hair appointment and you give them something to just go through, and I've got heaps of different things on there, but this is where they can shop your shelf when you don't actually have the shelf. And just on that note with the sign, I put 2 on here. I put the QR code, and this has actually got an NFC chip in it, which we might have to do something, maybe another talk on that sort of tech at a different time. So an NFC chip, it works in the same way that when you tap to pay. So tap to pay, it's the same thing. So there's a little chip inside of here. So, but these don't always work. These are much more consistent in how they work, whereas like these Androids don't love them. Like, it's just like a bit trickier. So, but that's what it does. When it works well, all they have to do is tap, see, and like that's it now. If it doesn't work, it's like you're still doing that clunkiness of like, oh yeah, just open and do this. I'm holding it on the wrong side. Yeah, so this is where I find that has not worked as much in the space because of literally what just happened. When it works well, it works great. When it doesn't, the QR code's there. The QR code's definitely more consistent. So that's the 2 ways that I use that. So I'm going to show you now exactly the process of putting a QR code on a product, what it looks like for me. So the only piece of equipment that you need is a Bluetooth printer. This has been the easiest way to do it. There's lots of different ways to print QR codes, and every single other way I've found too difficult. So if it's something that I'm telling you, it's probably the laziest way, because it's like, I'm not going to do 8,000 things. I'm going to do the shortest cut way to do it. So to do it properly, I've got apps here. I'm going to open my HUSL app. I gave Marmy the link to this. It's just from Amazon, and it just connects with your phone. And when you connect it with the phone, it actually has its own software. So it comes with the app. What's it even called? Printmaster. That's what it's called. So it all came. When I got the box with the printer in it, it came with like what app to get that was free. So I'm going to open up my HUSL app. Okay. I'm going to open my HUSL app. and I'm going to tap on dropship products. What did I have out? I had K18 heat bounce. If you're not familiar about how to get your link, this is how you get it. There's heat bounce. I'm just going to copy it. That's it. Copy it to the clipboard on my phone. I'm going to open the printer app and label paper. I've got some circle paper in there. And then you'll see here it says QR code. So all this is going to do, I'm going to paste in the link that I copied. You can see it there. It says unwritten hair. It says Victoria Domazet, like it's the right link. And all this does is take that web address, that digital place where this product is, and it's turning it into a physical thing people can scan. So once I press done, it's going to put in there, and it's literally drag and drop. Again, if it's not drag and drop, I'm probably not going to do it because it sounds too hard. So once that's in there, there's the QR code. All I'm going to do is print the label, print now, and then peel that off. And I would stick it right on top of the name. I want to stick it where the client that's sitting here is going to look and is going to take a photo. Because that way now, if we go through the customer experience of this, if I get it, so they go, oh, hold on. Keep in mind, when I do this like this, it's backwards and in a mirror. So if it looks awkward, it's way less awkward when you actually do it in person. Okay, let me do it the right way and then see if I can turn it around. I was going to say how great it printed because sometimes it doesn't print, and now can't get to read. What is happening? You know what? I'm going to print it again. So this was my, oh, have I not put it in the right size? Okay. So if it doesn't print, I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Because the thing is that it actually must scan. So if it doesn't scan, let's try again. So all I did was just reprint that same one. There you go. And then if this loads, there it is. So even with making a mistake, like with that, like I think what had happened the first time is maybe I made the QR code a little bit too big for the sticker, so that if a tiny little bit of that code got cut off, then it wouldn't work, or it could have just been an angle I was holding it at. But either way, things like that happen. But even with that happening, how long did that take to do? Like, I don't even know what that was. A couple of minutes to do. So doing that to all of the products that you have available through HUSL is going to take you about 15 minutes. And especially like the first time you do that, it might be a little clunky. You might be like, is this the right print? Yeah, you might print it huge the first time. You might not know. But once you know how to do it, as I said, now that I do this, I have regularly done this for years, reprinting the codes is as fast as what that is. Is anyone surprised by how easy that actually was? Like, did you think it was going to be harder than that was? Yeah, it was like, yeah. So this is the way I find most effective in the chair. In the chair and mobile, even mobile hairdressing. You know, like I used to be a mobile hairstylist and makeup artist. I put QR codes on everything now because it is just anytime I want to connect to somewhere that is digital. So that's the way I do it in the salon. That is the way I do it on the product. And that is how you connect your HUSL links to QR codes.
Cool. Brie asked, where did you get the sign made? Your little sign. And Alice said she loves it too. Yeah.
Oh, great. And yes, feel free. Questions if anyone has a question. So the sign I got it made from an Etsy store, I think in Queensland actually. And you could pick your colors, you could pick all this. This is a spot for business cards. So like it was quite, picked all of this, having the NFC chip and all of that kind of stuff. I have worked with stylists that have obviously done it in their own style for their salon, but where I got this made, I can recommend because that was so fast and I thought it was a really great price and the quality has been great, like all of those things. But just an Etsy seller, you just have to have the QR code of where you want it to go. So when it comes to the sign, what I would recommend doing is linking to something that you are going to keep that link because you can't change that code.
So the e-store link to your complete online shop is the best way to go. And if you're using the Hustle booking system, we all know that e-store website also doubles as a booking site as well because it has a book now button if you've set up your Hustle booking. So that e-store website acts as basically your complete website if you don't have one. So that would be definitely the link that you would create that QR code for.
Because what you could do with that, just hearing you say that, Mummy, like you could, with the sign, again, like, this happened to me yesterday, is like you need to finish and then, your client's like, I need to rebook. Am I coming? Do I do Tuesday? You're there and you're like,
just scan that, tap book now, and you can see my availability.
Tell them to do it while they're at their appointment. You can be like, you don't need, that's it. Like, if you want to rebook while you're here, just scan, have another QR code that's for book or have the same code. Like, yes, use it. Anytime you have to use your hands to do something on your phone, like, give that away to the QR code. Scan this. I'm out. The only thing I would suggest with using QR codes within your space is decide what you're doing, one thing that you're doing, because I've seen QR codes not done well, in my opinion, not done well. There's a cafe that I love. They have, when you go in at where you go to pay, they have Google review, Facebook page, some other sort of, there's like, I've already checked it. I've already checked out. It's too many things. And asking to scan things at, like, again, point of sale, like where you go, like before I bought my coffee, asking me to leave a review is like really doesn't work. I'd be very surprised if they got a lot of reviews, and I love the coffee. So that's where utilizing your QR codes in a way that works for your clients and trying things. And then, like I said, I tried that, you can see, and it's just not actually really practically working. So it's like, would I get this in the sign? Probably not. Like, but you just try things and you work out what works best for your space. But simplify. I'd have one thing you want them to do.
That's right. And while they're sitting down, in the moment, not when they've got up and they're about to pay. Like you mentioned at that cafe, same thing goes with hair as well. Bree, you've got your hand up.
Yeah, no, I was actually just going to say on that note, I got all excited when I opened the salon with the Google review because they were all over, like it was spamming all over socials. So it's interesting you say that because I bought one of those cards and a nice big square came, and then I've also got the mini one. And in probably the 6 or so months I've had it on my mirror, like I stuck it on my mirror, I've maybe had 2 of my regular clients do it. So, yeah, it's very interesting you say that. And on that note, I do have another brand I use in my salon, and she's set up an affiliate, and I have her QR code on the thing. Hardly anyone uses it.
Because when you are, I think it's such a great point, Bree, and thank you for sharing your experience with that, because I think we ask the most, not intentionally. We're bombarded. We need Google reviews, and we need followers on Facebook, and we need to sell retail, and whatever we book, and it's like it's too much. So let me share what I believe would work, and what I found works much better is focusing on one thing. The example I use is for my free education, my free seminar. When someone watches my free seminar, if anyone's watched it, there is one thing I ask. I used to ask, can you follow me on, here? Can you do this? Can you share this with a friend? Can you? Take. And I was like, what is the one thing that I could do that would increase the chances that this is seen by more people? What is the one thing you could do? And for me, it was reviews. It's like reviews is the one thing. So now within that seminar, all I ask is a review. That's it. After I have given really valuable information. So after I have given and given from a place that is forgiving, not expecting anything, that is the time that's like, if you have found value, the thing that you could do for me, and it would help other people find this because everyone reads reviews, is leave me a review. And what that has done is it's generated hundreds of reviews, which led to people following me, which led to sales of things, which led to, it's all flowed down from there. I think by asking too much, and in the example of the cafe, I was standing there, I'm such a solutions person. It's like, so this isn't working. This jumble of, asks is not working. What would work? And I'm like, if there was a QR code printed on my coffee, a sticker like this that was printed and slapped on the coffee, and a handwritten thing saying, if you love us, leave us a review. That I would do, because it's at the point where I've drunk the coffee, I've received the value, and I've like, I've got my phone in my hand. It's just a matter of and I've got one thing to do. So I would guess that would perform better based on my experience with it. So it's not that you can't have lots and lots of things going on. It's like, decide what is going to be the one thing you're going to focus on right now, and then drive everything to that.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks, Vic. That's really good advice. Yeah. Now, I know you did kind of talk about the NFC chip thing in your sign. However, like you did admit that it's Android phones that have an issue with it. Now, Android, but in itself, some Android models don't have an NFC chip when people might assume it does. That's the thing. And also, Android phones, unfortunately, with NFC chips is not as powerful as iPhone NFC chips. Now, iPhones all have NFC chips, which is great. However, not everyone has an iPhone. So as you mentioned, the QR code is the most consistent, most reliable. Thank you again, Vic, for actually experimenting and testing the NFC and realizing the QR codes actually. So you've done the work for us on the testing of that. But yeah, just letting you know that for everybody, if everybody wasn't aware about the NFC. So what I'm trying to say is that with your next webinar, right, Vic, I reckon, and I actually had some people comment saying, I agree, let's do this. What about if you show everyone how to set up your free link tree? I think that would be very valuable, and it's really easy to set up, and it's free, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the number one driver of traffic for me, and it's still I use the free version, not because I'm cheap, because the features are all free. I've never run into a problem. I've never run into something that was behind a paywall, because then I would pay it. But it's just not come up. I don't know what they offer as far as pay, because it's that's not an overlap with something else.
The free is enough. We use it for our HUSL account.
Yeah, the free it's so much.
Right. It's all you need.
It's so
just on that note, I've got the sign up form for Victoria's next webinar. Looks like we're going to go on the Linktree setup thing. Do you think, Vic? I think that'll be cool.
How the topics emerge is the best way to session. I think, done. Yes.
Now,
if you're interested, this is a thumbs up. I don't even know how to thumb. I'm saying thumbs up in the chat. I don't even know.
Just do your thumbs.
It's a good idea. Let us know.
Now, I haven't put the date there, sorry guys, but the link is there. Tap on it. I will SMS everybody that link as well straight after this. Please sign up to her next webinar, which is how to set up your free link tree, and that will help to increase your chances of drop shipping or digital retail to your clients for sure, on top of the QR codes, all that sort of thing. It is on Wednesday, the 17th of June at 11:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time.
The thing about affiliate linking and digital retail is it makes money. All you have to do is look at TikTok Shop in the US. We haven't had it here. We're always a little bit behind when it comes to that kind of thing. But that is where creators are using their social media to drive product sales, and they're earning from it through their links. So the fact that you guys are even here, the fact that you guys are on Hustle, that you are like looking for ways to do this, like we are at the beginning of a wave. That's the way I think about it all the time. And Mami and I talk about it, is like, this is not new. Affiliate linking is not new, but the fact that we can utilize our expertise that we have built behind the chair, our trusted relationships that we've built, and we can just tap into this is something that I believe is so huge for us as hairdressers. That's why I do so much free education about it. And it's going to get easier and easier. That's the thing about it. It's going to get to digitally link is going to get easier and easier and more streamlined because there's money there. So that's where the interest from the companies to get it done is there. But that's where that side of it, which we've talked about in past classes, past webinars, is that's there. But we work in the physical space, like as well. And that's what I meant by that digital way did not translate for me in the chair. And I have wonderful clients as like you said, Brie, a client gifting you an Airbnb is incredible. I have wonderful clients as well. I have a client that works in logistics, and I have talked about her affiliate codes to her for so long. I think I've done her head in, but she has given me so much valuable advice. And it was something that stemmed from a conversation with a client, because she was like, great, Vic, awesome. I want the thing, give it to me. And I'm getting out my phone. She's like, no, too hard. This is too hard. What do you want? You get my phone? I'm going for a shampoo. Like, what do I know? Like, so that's really what drove me to go, how can this actually work practically in person? And that client who I still see now, like I get her to test. This is being tested. Like we said, like just test it. So it can really work much more efficiently in the chair, particularly having it on the product, because people just pick it up. So I hope that's really helpful. I really hope it's helpful for everyone.
Very helpful. Thank you so much. If anybody doesn't have any other questions, however, if you do think of a question a little bit later, please reach out to Victoria, DM her on her Instagram.
Definitely.
And like Victoria mentioned, she does have courses on her website. She's very easy to search. If you search hairstyling formula, you'll find her website. However, you can again reach out to me, and I can, obviously direct you to Vic too. So she's the girl. She's 10 step ahead than every other hairdresser. But like she mentioned, affiliate links like HUSL dropship links is not new. Australia is a little bit behind. So yeah, most hairdressers in the US are doing it
everywhere else. That's why I think that we're that. So we can look outside of here and be like, what is working? Because it's like what is working, and social shopping, live shopping, digital linking, TikTok shop. This is not nothing. Like this is not a small thing. I think that's why now is a really fantastic time to be getting your head around it and starting to implement it, because when Instagram releases this feature, like I haven't got it yet, the direct linking, but when you're ready. You are ready. You got Hustle, you got your links, you are ready to go. So it's like, that's what I want for you.
Excellent. So QR codes, that was fantastic, Vic. Thank you so much. We look forward to Wednesday, the 17th of June, 11:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, how to set up your free link tree. It acts as another online shop which you can further curate, which is amazing. So Matt says thank you. No, thank you, Matt. And Bree says thank you, ladies.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.